Hollywood loves sequels, from Grease 2 to Caddyshack 2, all the way to Human Centipede 2 and 3. These sequels are usually critically acclaimed, stand the test of time, and are celebrated alongside the original. And it is no exception when it comes to the 2017 smash hit, It Chapter 1. From director Mushy Eddie, which sounds like a bad half-erect sex move you learned about on the internet at age 13, but the 2017 remake makes the 1990 miniseries look like a PBS special, and made as much money as Wesley Snipes owes in back taxes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the JB channel. I'm Jared, and today we're diving in deep into the new clown film that came out a couple weeks, It Chapter 2. Today I'm going to be explaining the crazy ending to this movie, the context of everything, how it ties in with the first chapter and the book, and that end credit scene, and how it ties in with Pennywise and the future of this franchise. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as I explain this newly released Stephen King movie. Following the events of the first film, it has been 27 years since we've seen Derry, Maine, any of the members of the Losers Club, and the old toilet clown Pennywise. The camera slowly pans down to a carnival, and it is soon revealed an old citizen of Derry has returned home with his boyfriend. But after they are tormented and assaulted by some Manian rednecks with a bad case of herpes, one is thrown into the river but is luckily rescued by a good Samaritan on the shoreline. Unlucky for him, it is the five-headed Pennywise, and that old toilet clown murders the hell out of that guy. This in turn shows Pennywise's true colors. It's a subtle touch in the movie, you blink and you'll miss it, but it is explained much more deeply in the book according to Stephen King. When Pennywise was a teen, the town of Derry held a Sadie Hawkins dance. However, he wanted to ask his best friend, Pierre, to go with him. Pierre and Pennywise were best of friends, but Pennywise wanted to be more than friends. When Little Richard's Tutti Frutti was playing, Pennywise made his move, but everything turned south. He lost Pierre as a friend, everyone including Little Richard was laughing at him, and Pennywise ran to the only place he felt safe, the poopy sewers of Derry. Getting back to the main story, this is where it cuts to Mike of the Losers Club. He is the one successful member that decided to stay in his hometown of Derry because of the low cost of living, great career opportunity of librarian, and hitting on the girls at the local bar, much like Matthew McConaughey.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age.
Clearly all of this outweighed the memories of a killer clown that tried to drown him and his friends in poopy Taco Bell sewer water. But with news that old Pennywise is back at what he does best, f***ing little kids. Whoa, no, like messing with them and murdering them. Whoa, who wrote this script? Anyway, Mike rounds up the old Losers Club in a similar fashion as the 2016 Oscar award-winning film The Suicide Squad. With kick-ass music, a stylized intro, and so many stats it is impossible to read each one. As each loser member is introduced, they don't remember who Mike is, much like everyone you've ever gone to high school with. I wonder whatever happened to Trey. But now as adults, they are still dealing with the problems that overshadowed their childhoods. From men trying to abuse them, to being scared of germs and diseases, to, what were the others scared of? Whatever. Fast forward a bit, and all of the loser members are back in Derry, decide to have a nice meal at the Chinese restaurant, while Mike tries to remind them of the childhood traumas they all tried to forget. Like that time my uncle asked me to take my shirt off and put on a blindfold. The drinks are flowing, they are having a good time, Ben still has the hots for Bev, Bev completely disregards him like every girl to me in high school. But all of a sudden, nightmarish creatures crawl out of the fortune cookies, the fish tanks, and it is revealed that Pennywise is a full-on creeper now. By tainting their sushi, not only to shit themselves, but to fear the brown clown once more. A quick cut reveals that they were given a bad dose of MSG in the sesame chicken, but they are all reminded of the clown. Mike then lets them know that he has learned how to stop Chuckles the Clown. Time for some exposition, as he reveals the Ritual of Chud, which was a weird 1984 science fiction movie featuring Daniel Stern and mutated sewer dwellers. It was given mixed reviews, some saying the practical and special effects were cutting edge, while Roger Ebert said, "What the f*** is this shit?" Despite the negativity, a sequel was put into the works named Chud 2 Bud the Chud, which was banking on a huge backing by Bud Light, the official beer of alcoholism, but again was critically panned. The Ritual of Chud is the one and only way to stop Pennywise once and for all. Each of the Losers members have to go on a vision quest, which essentially takes what was great about the first movie with the group dynamic and the chemistry and completely splits up everyone. Each person now has to go on a video game side quest, which is kind of boring, so we're gonna fast forward a bit.
So anyways, all of the members are walking around, and a giant Paul Bunyan attacks Bill Hader, and he wants to leave the town and do his comedy. And Professor X has to find his totem, but then he notices his bike silver in an antique store window and decides he should ride the bike rather than trying to save his friends and the kids of Derry. What I'm getting at here is that it's a pivotal scene. Continuing with the side quest, Bev visits her old home, which an old woman now lives there, but spoiler, the old woman gets butt naked and is actually Pennywise. Oh yeah, and Henry Bowers isn't actually dead. Instead, Pennywise uses him again by giving him his knife back, and Bowers responds, "My knife?" He is in the movie for like 5 minutes, so let's not worry about him. And the sick boy Eddie has to go back to the drugstore to, get more drugs, and this happens.
Seriously, this is in the movie. Let's watch it again. We are now approaching the end of this movie, so caution, there's going to be plenty of spoilers from here on out. Each of the Losers members have collected their totems, much like Inception. Make their way down to the sewers where they faced Pennywise some 27 years ago and kick in his apartment like MTV's Room Raiders, only to find he's not there. They set up the ritual of Chud, putting all of their totems and quest items into a Louis Vuitton handbag and set that beach on fire. As the items are burning, each member joins hands, and they know once and for all that no orange-haired clown is going to try to f them in a Pizza Hut bathroom ever again. The end. Just kidding, they forgot the one essential item of the ritual of Chud, the 1984 VHS tape of Chud. But the fact that Mike didn't inform them that the local Blockbuster closed years ago, they could not obtain the last and most sought after item. In reality, Mike was just trying to round them up for a high school reunion, but thought it was convenient to also take out the clown while they were in town. This causes Pennywise to arrive shooting his 3 balls of deadlight skyward to distract the losers and evolve into his ultimate form of Spider Clown, which in no way is scary, rather making the special effects of 2002's 8-Legged Freaks look cutting edge. Pennywise the Spider Clown now torments the losers with memories and haunts of the past. Will the Losers Club make it out alive? Next week on Ending Explained Poorly. Just kidding, the losers are helpless until they all remember the one thing from their childhood that stuck with them: bullying. They remember the true power of bullying others, especially in 2019 terms, and start to yell at Pennywise, calling him a has-been, unfunny, stupid, saying that he has small balls, and reminding him that film Twitter does not like The Last Jedi. This hurt him more than any episode of Lost season 4 or 5, reducing him to his true form of rude YouTube commenter and sloopy, half-melted Oompa Loompa clown. The Losers Club members continue with the insults such as, "Your parents got divorced because of you, you don't even have a holographic Charizard card, and Justice League actually sucks as much as BVS." And soon, Pennywise explodes. The losers have finally defeated Pennywise. An emotional and powerful conclusion as the losers members look around at the carnage and one another. Bill Hader's Richie steps up and says the one thing that comes to mind. In the words of the late great Rodney Dangerfield,
"Hey everybody, we're all gonna get laid."
A couple months later, Derry is a peaceful, lovely town once again, and It Chapter 2 concludes with a call from Mike. Bill picks up, the two have a lovely chat, with a montage of wonderful changes grace the screen. "We did it, Bill. We f***ed that clown good." But that is not where the film ends. The movie actually has some extremely interesting, almost Easter egg-esque things when it comes to the end of the movie. So I would highly recommend sticking around till the very end. The brilliant musical score that has backed the full 2.5+ hour movie begins as the screen fades to black. And one by one, the cast, along with the characters that they played, have their names scroll up in white against the black background. It's another added touch that makes this movie so special, and as you can see, Bob Lyon was second assistant PA, which is great to hear. This continues for roughly another 8 to 10 minutes depending on what language the film was broadcast in. So I would highly recommend sticking around until the end to see this little Easter egg and secret of the movie. So in conclusion, It Chapter 2 fails to hit the high marks of the first, but does bring some very interesting lore to the table. Some may say it's a masterpiece, while others may tell you to get a job. But in closing, we can all agree this is much better than the 1990 miniseries where a kid horrifyingly gets sucked into a tube. So what did you think of It Chapter 2? Was this worse or better than the first one? What things do you think that they could have added to this movie? And what loser members did you absolutely love? I want to know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it seriously helps me out and it keeps you guys up to date on this channel's newest movie reviews, trailer reactions, and of course, Ending Explained. If you really enjoyed this movie, hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you later.